Well, good morning. Bobby Lee here with Hurricane Creek Farms. See the girls there behind me waiting on me to get out here and feed. So they said, "You're late, man. You got to get down here and get us fed." But that's what we're going to do, along with, of course, a lot of other things. Like usual, not even sure what all we're going to get into, but we do have a bunch of things on the list. But we appreciate y'all watching. Give the video a thumbs up. Takes you a split second to do that. And if you have not subscribed, we really appreciate that. But let's get after it. All right, and so as you may be able to appreciate here behind me, we had a fair amount of tree damage from that ice storm. And you can see the ice still accumulated where it's falling off the trees. I think most of it melted off the trees, it looks like yesterday. Got up like in the upper 30s. I think today it's supposed to get up in the upper 40s. Tomorrow the 50s, and the rest of the week 60s and 70s. So March is going to arrive in style, and I'm here for it. But had a few more calves born. We'll kind of check them out, let you take a look. Majority of the girls up here eating. Got a few more stragglers coming up, and then over there way on the other side of the house, a few gathered around a roll of hay. But yeah, we had a bit of a marathon day yesterday. Softball tournament. Got up at 3:30 to do chores. Left at 5. Got home after 9 o'clock last night. So that's one reason we're getting a bit of a late start today. But you see we got a lot of cleanup to do. Not even able to use that bunk. It's just full of ice and pine tree debris. But I'm gonna try to get some of this cleaned up today, if not all of it. I hope it won't take a terribly long amount of time. But thankfully, just right here at the house, most of the damage was just these pine trees. Elsewhere around town and whatnot, a lot of other trees down. I had to turn around twice on my way to work Thursday morning because the road was blocked with trees. Then Thursday afternoon, wife and kids were leaving to go to town because the roads were fine. There was nothing on the roads other than trees. And sure enough, our road was blocked. They were trapped in. But shout out to Tipton County Public Works. They got down here within just like an hour or two. And by the time I got home Thursday night, road was clear. I was prepared to park at the neighbor's house and have to walk in. But anyway, we're gonna go get those feeder steers fed. These boys are ready for some breakfast. You can see pen conditions have deteriorated, but I do have the rest of the barn open so they can get out of the mud. But yeah, today's Sunday. It has rained every day going back to Tuesday. Rained and or sleeted. And so I think today's the first day. And I guess technically it was raining last night when we went to bed. I think it was supposed to rain until sometime in the night. So I guess technically it did even rain early this morning. So tomorrow may be the first day in basically a week that it has not rained. There I go jinx myself again, talking about how the pine trees were the bulk of the damage, and they were probably more than affected than other trees. But you can see here, and yeah, a bunch of old wire there. But that's our creek bottom pastures out there. So yeah, it's looking like probably every spare moment when I have a day off for the next probably month or two, that we don't have something else really pressing, we're going to be checking fences, getting trees off, wires tied back together, that sort of thing. So never run out of stuff to do, right? But on a brighter note, spring is almost here. Look at that clover. Just the sight of that makes you feel better. Some green grass starting to shine through. Of course, again, out there in those bottoms where nothing has been on that fescue orchard grass clover mix, they've looked nice and green compared to everything else. But 2 more days of February, that won't make us officially spring, but calendar says March. We know it's getting close. Looks like the newest of the calves. Found a nice, warm, dry spot to spend the night. I don't know if she's actually stuck in there or not, but we're gonna help her out. I'm getting her out, Mama. There we go. Because I have to look at tag number. She's got two calves trying to nurse her there, as you see. But this little bull calf in the back is actually not hers. Need to look at my phone and try to remember which mom is his and be sure she hadn't tried to abandon him or anything stupid like that. Yeah. She did not have twins. Well, right here, well, look, you see, they pretty much cleaned up every bit of that roll of hay. I mean, left nothing, not even a crumb hardly. The difference is that was a roll that was stored in the barn. And so for people who kind of wonder, you know, why I'm worried about storing in the barn, especially when they're net wrapped. And I agree, traditionally we have not. We didn't have all our hay in the barn. One, because we need more hay than what'll fit. And two, a lot of the hay that we fed is hay we bought just in the last few weeks even, that, you know, had been stored outside all fall and winter up until the time we bought it. So it didn't really make sense to put it in the barn for just a week or two before we put it out. But yeah, and pretty similar to the other hay and other feeders in terms of quality and type of grass, but just being stored inside, which yeah, makes sense. It never got rained on. That quality, you know, was maintained up until the point they ate it. And for those of you who had guessed DW71 on the contest we had a couple of videos ago, she did go ahead and have her calf finally. I actually think that was a little bull calf that was trying to nurse that other cow. But anyway, we're gonna get a tub put out and just check on these few others that didn't come up to feed. I think it was some of the ones that had some of the newer calves. Watch your toes. That would not feel good. Got a nice, pretty orange tub to use around the barn now. Another one of the newest calves. I said that we had one born yesterday morning, so we were doing chores way before daylight. That was actually the one that, yeah, we got out of the hay ring. Then we had two more born the morning before that. That was one of them. And then I think DW71's maybe another one born. There's been a bunch of them hit the ground just here and there the last few days, but does not look like anything calved overnight. I think we're down to like, I don't know, 14, 15, 16, something like that. You gotta look at my notes, still left to go, but we're gonna get up the road and check on them other calves now, because yeah, they were all there yesterday morning, but again, seeing everything in the daylight for the first time in a couple of days. And one last thing on the hay, I don't want to beat a dead horse there, but on Friday, we put out a roll of hay there, one in that cone feeder, one in the feeder that had the calf in it, and then this feeder over here. So put out 4 rolls of hay. They, and again, it's not earth-shattering research or anything, they've eaten up every single stem and leaf of the rolls that have been stored inside, because 2 were inside, 2 were this hay stored outside, and they're gonna eat that hay, and they like it pretty good, but they just prefer that other. Kind of on that subject, I was naturally in a hurry. It was Friday, it was on my lunch break. I was unwrapping the wrap like you've seen me do in other videos, walked underneath the loader on the front of the tractor, didn't duck low enough, and yeah, earned myself a few stitches. Had a hat on it. People were like, you didn't have a hat on? I did. Didn't even knock my hat off. In fact, I didn't even realize I was bleeding for probably 2 or 3 minutes because my hat didn't even come off. It hurt. I knew it hurt, but I didn't realize it actually cut me. But anyway, farm safety, it matters. Slow down. Don't get in too big of a hurry. I'm the world's worst about that. Hey there. And that gal, we have not given her a bottle lately, even though obviously she's right here, right now, kind of acting like she wants one, because she really hadn't been drinking much of one from us. So think her mom may have been feeding her more than we've been giving her credit for, but need to quit talking. We got more stuff to do. This crew is in pretty good shape. Everyone's here. It's just a muddy, awful mess. I mean, I think we were spoiled through the early part of the winter and midwinter even. Probably, you know, it'd get muddy, but then we'd dry right back out, which, looking at the weather forecast, looks like we are going to dry up quite a bit over the next few days, but, oh, it's a mess. Here's a little bit more of our storm damage, just right here at our gate at this farm. But if you're in a part of the country that does not have Bradford pears, one, consider yourself lucky, and two, don't ever have any. This is pretty much all they're good for. But I don't think it actually even broke any wires. We're gonna get it cut off there and get those wires pulled back tight. Yeah, maybe not quite good as new, but pretty close. Gonna kind of leave the mess to be cleaned up another day, but fence is good anyway. One other thing I failed to mention until I just was getting a text message here a minute ago, but we did have a productive farm day yesterday. You know, in addition to just getting some family time at the softball field, but bought 2 bulls. It was a bull sale we had wanted to go to, but of course, family stuff with softball took precedent, but bought 2 online, 2 Brangus bulls. Actually, one's going to be for us, for Hurricane Creek, and one's going to be for my dad and uncle's operation. But that was pretty productive, so we'll get to meet those guys. Actually, he was texting me, said probably middle of the week or so that they'll get them delivered here for us. But we're not in a huge rush, as we really won't start breeding until May. But yeah, something I'd kind of forgotten about, which is nice that we got those few heads sold last week, because need a little cash flow to go ahead and spend it. As we get ready to start the cleanup, I'm gonna try something and see if it'll work for me as well as it works for some of the other YouTubers who I've seen try it. Reinforcements are arriving to help with the cleanup. This is just a mess. Yeah, throw it on the trailer, buddy. Yeah, one piece at a time. Well, hello, old friend. Feel like I haven't seen you in about a week. That is a sight for sore eyes. Might turn out to be a really pretty nice day. Wrapping up, getting a few of these piles raked up and in the dump bed there. I think we hauled off 2 loads on the trailer. A lot of this stuff, smaller stuff, was put in there and making use of the dump. But yeah, sunshine is beautiful. Kids enjoying playing on the rock pile / mud hole. I don't know what Willis is doing down there. Doing his best to waller out a mud hole in the pasture. Willis's favorite part of the whole process is the dumping. All right. Did you know the Pioneer was like a dump truck too? Yeah. He's not so much on the loading it but he really enjoys the dumping aspect. So yeah, we got a bad gully washing here in the barn lot, so put most of the big stuff on that side. I don't know, dumped this thing 4 or 5 times.
Get mad when we go on trail rides.
What about trail rides?
When you don't go on trail rides, Ace B's mad.
Okay, so Ace gets mad at me when we don't go on trail rides.
When you don't.
Ace the horse. I don't know how that ties into the storm cleanup, but
you are
hey,
him's mad.
Who am I to argue?
When me and Kimmer and Mommy go to trail ride and you Ace gets mad.
Okay, so when the rest of the family goes on a trail ride, but I don't go, Ace gets mad because he doesn't get to go if I don't go, right?
Yes.
Okay, there's the explanation. By golly, it worked. So cleanup is not, I wouldn't say it's 100% complete, but probably as complete as it'll get today. We could do some more raking. I mean, we could keep raking up the small stuff for probably days, but turned into a beautiful middle of the day now. Next time for a lunch break. Well, if I can get the door open. I was getting just about ready to put out some hay, and actually a guy I've been talking to about getting some hay delivered just sent me a message, said he was on the way, which we had planned on meeting today. It was getting late. I wasn't sure if he was still planning on coming. So he should be here any minute. I think he's gonna have 38 rolls on a big truck, and we'll get it unloaded. I was hoping he would have maybe been able to come a little earlier in the day, and I could have also gotten it moved to the house, but it's fine. We'll just get that done later in the week. I'm having him bring it here just because we've got a whole lot better gravel and whatnot to get him in here, turned around. He might could have got down our tiny little dead end road and gotten turned around, but I know he can here, and so we're gonna play it safe. We're just about 3 miles from the house, so we'll have to make a few trips. Get the gooseneck and get him home. Just 2 rolls on the tractor. Obviously I wanted to get some of that moved today, or I guess I should say obviously not going to get to. Sun, it is 5:50. Sunset is 5:52, so we've still got a little daylight, but not much. We're going to get home. I was actually starting to put hay out when he texted me and said he was on his way. You know, right? So I'm going to put out these 2 rolls, probably put out 2 more, and then it will be completely dark by the time I get that done. So, which I won't be able to video any of that because of the dark. So, may just about wrap this one up. Appreciate y'all watching. Like always, please tune back in. Later on this week, we'll be moving some hay. We need to be assessing more of the storm damage more around the fences and the pasture. It's just so muddy right now. I didn't want to get out and do anything more than just that right there around the house. But yeah, thank y'all for listening to the Talk Dirt to Me podcast. A bunch of y'all have reached out and said you enjoyed listening on YouTube. But anyway, again, I'm getting long-winded. I tend to do that. Appreciate y'all watching. Remember, eat beef and God bless.